Hey guys, hopefully this video reaches you before the end of the trading day. I just want to say, as usual, the market does what it wants to do, but just understand, keep your risk management rules in place and believe in yourself, man. Take some time to truly understand how the market works and what different cycles the market has. It's going to take you a while. And I hope you can stay steadfast and, just keep the faith that what you are doing can change your life and will change your life. It's not can, it will. Because we don't try anything, we do. As traders, we don't try anything. We do or we don't. Because there's no space in the middle for those mistakes of trying. And someone's going to say, well, you're going to have to take losses. That's right. We do. We take losses. But we take them with rules. So we keep those losses small. And we also take entries and exits with rules. That's why our profit is so beautiful when we get there. And I just want you, if you need to hear this, take the time to study 100 trades. Even if you're a scalper, study the first 30 minutes of the market for 100 days. Go back and look at 100 charts and see what volume looks like. See what the volume profile looked like on that day. See what the ultimate volume indicator looked like. See what your moving averages look like in congruence with those different indicators. It might give you something that you didn't see before. It may give you a pattern. It may give you a behavior that the market has when it's getting ready to do certain things. It will. When I say it may, I'm just playing with you. It will give you the actual characteristics of the market every time. And yeah, they can change, but you start to recognize patterns in trading. Trading is all about patterns and rules. Now, you'll hear me say sometimes that patterns, they're not fixed. They can change, but it's pretty consistent, if you will. The market is pretty consistent in certain patterns. And once you learn those patterns, there's no going back. You can't unsee them. You learn to be patient more. You learn to understand that your rules are there for a reason. You learn to say I'm wrong very quickly. Even outside of trading, you're going to learn to say I'm wrong very quickly. So what I would challenge you to do is, like I said, do 100 trades or 100 chart analysis before you take another trade. If you're not profitable, if you're profitable, hey, you have something going right. But looking at 100 charts would give you the knowledge that you need for the short term, at least, to make an educated decision on the market. You still have to make sure you keep your risk management in place. You want to make sure that you're looking at the market on a consistent basis. If you're doing my small account challenge in my Discord, you already know how I am. And it's only a few guys who've taken on that because they're helping me get started on changing up some things and really honing down what we want to teach. Because I got into this game to teach, not to get rich off of YouTube teaching. I'm not a guru. I feel like the gurus are here to get rich. I'm not a guru. If I get rich, hey, great. Thank you. Thank you to the creator, the creation, and the universe. No matter what you believe in, I'll think whatever you believe in, what I believe in, if I get rich off of it, because everybody wants to provide for their family. But I say again, I'm here to teach you, not to get rich off of you. Because if I teach you, you're going to spread the word to somebody else, and that'll be your blessing. You're my blessing from learning from me, and if you make it. But anyway, back to trading, I want you guys to stick to your rules and have some discipline. Like I mentioned to one of my students, I said, one of the things that helped me out was going through therapy during my trading journey. I made a really bad trade one day, and it made me reflect back on several trades that I had lost. And I realized that I had a problem admitting when I was wrong. And I didn't realize it because, I had heard it once or twice in my life, from my wife. But as far as really being able to admit that I was wrong while trading was going to destroy me over the long run. I mean, because I can hit some big home runs on the trades now. I'm going to be honest with you. But it was inevitable that one day one of those home runs would have been hit against me. So I encourage you again to stick to your rules. One of the hardest things for me was I knew around me were people who didn't believe in my journey. They didn't believe in me. Everyone's not going to be able to take this journey with you. Everyone's not going to believe in you. And I'm not going to tell you how to handle those people once you make it. But what I will tell you is don't let those people be the reason you don't make it. Don't ever let family, friends, spouses, children, don't ever let anyone kill your dreams. If anyone can kill your dream, let it be you. If you want to give up, hey, that's on you. But don't you ever let another person be the reason that you don't achieve your goals and your dreams, especially in this game. You know, if you can get the space to learn, if you can get the time and the space to learn this, it will change your life. Even on a small scale. There's somebody sitting under right now who has a $30,000 a year job. And if they made 60, it would change their life. There's someone out there making 60. If they made 100, it would change their life. And you have to understand that you have to take on the burden of learning this by yourself. No one can help you in that house. There are people out here that we can teach you what we've learned from someone else. We all learn from someone else. But you can't let obstacles stop you from doing this, because you'll look back in 5 or 10 years and you're gonna hate yourself if you do. And I don't want that for you. I don't want that for anyone. What I want is for people to ask themselves questions that will make them better, not questions that will defeat them. You're going to have a lot of defeating days in trading, I promise you. You're going to have a lot of defeating days in trading. But the days that come when the storm is over and the sun comes out, those are the days that make you strong. Not the hard days. The hard days don't make you strong. The hard days show you who you are. The sunshine days are going to make you strong, because those are the days that let you know I did it. I can do it. See, people like to use the lessons on the hard days and what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, which is true. But if all you have is bad days, when do you realize and when do you believe? You can have all the faith in the world, but if you never see the results, what is it worth? That's why I always say the opposite of most people. Your day's coming. Your day is coming. Just be patient and just stay steadfast. I believe in you. If no one else believes in you in this trading thing, I believe in you as a trader. I believe you can be one of the best traders in the world. You don't have to make $1 billion to be the best trader. You have to have a win rate. When your win rate is at 70, 80, 90, 95%, imagine having a 90% win rate in day trading. Imagine that. Imagine that, and scaling up those contracts and being able to make, $50,000, $100,000 in a month. It's going to take some time. But if you have the capital and the discipline, oh yeah, you can make it. But I can tell you this too. If you can't make money with $1,000, you can't make money with 100,000. The reason I say that is because if your rules are not in place and you're taking big losses, you can turn $100,000 into zero very quickly. I'll say it like this: if you were to take $100,000 and you went and you bought 100 contracts every day for 10 days and lost every trade, and you just let it go to zero, chances are you would have no money left in your account. So I'm just telling you, I believe in you, but you got to believe in yourself, and you got to take the time to learn. You got to stick with the rules, and you got to stay steadfast in this trading game. It's a beautiful thing. One of the best pieces of advice that I got, and then I'll pass on, is go back and do a test or a chart analysis on 100 charts. Look for your strategy. Look for your strategy. Look for your patterns. Look for your volume analysis. Look for all your indicators. Line them up on your charts, on each chart, and go back and look at 100 charts. And after you look at 100 charts, I want you to really think about your strategy. Out of those 100 charts, it'll give you an idea of what your win rate would have been depending on what your strategy is. I can only look at certain charts because I'm a scalper. I'm in and out quickly. So I only need the first 30 minutes to an hour of the market to look at, because that's when I trade. I don't trade the rest of the day, because I love catching volume and I love catching momentum. Oh, it's a beautiful thing, because it's very predictable, but if that doesn't fit your idea of what trading is, that's cool too. I can tell you that no two traders sees the exact same thing. No two traders see the exact same thing. That's why when you do try to teach someone, or when you do try to learn from someone, you have to also keep in mind that what their mind sees is probably the total opposite of what you see. Sorry guys, I didn't mean to do that. What your mind sees is probably the total opposite of what they do, what they see. And so they can teach you a mechanical system, but your emotions are going to have to be in check in order to follow that. Also, I would encourage you to, after you check those, test those 100 charts, is go and find out what you want to put in place to protect yourself mentally. Find a hobby or find something to do whenever you lose a trade or win a trade. You need to have a system as well outside of trading. So like if I lose a trade, if I lose one trade for the day, I get up and walk away. I don't care what the chart does the rest of the day. There's money in the market every day. But if I lose a trade, I'm definitely getting up from that computer, because I used to take revenge trades. And I can tell you now, revenge trading blows up accounts. I've only blown up one account, and it was a small account. But it doesn't matter. It was money that I didn't want to lose. It was money that I didn't want to lose. Well, I ain't gonna say a lot, but I took one huge loss. And I've also taken made some huge profits. But I don't care who you are. When you take a loss or a win, you need to get up from that computer and go and compose yourself. Go enjoy the rest of your day, especially if you make $1,000, $1,500, $2,000, $5,000, $10,000. What more money do you need for the day? The market wants that money back. Every trader knows this. Every good trader knows this. When you win a trade, the market wants that money back. And I can guarantee you, if you don't take a step away from the market and analyze your emotions, you're going to give some of that money back, if not all of it. In the beginning. After you're a seasoned trader, most seasoned traders, we know better. If I get out of there with $1,500, $2,000, oh man, I'm out. Now, you're going to have guys who make $25,000, but these guys have large accounts and they have discipline and they have a strategy. The main thing is the consistency is what you're looking for. Don't worry right now about how many contracts you trade. Trade one contract. If you can be consistent for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months in your winning percentage and your stop loss and your risk management, if you can be consistent with your rules for 3 to 6 months, I promise you, now you go in there and get the money. You go in there and increase your capital. Don't increase your capital because you make 10 wins. You can win 100% of your trades for 2 months. I guarantee you go increase your capital somewhere in there, you're going to lose that whole account because you're going to think you got a 100% win rate and that's just it. Yeah, you probably took some small trades. Or you probably had, a good trade plan for that 2 months. But what happens when you get caught in that cycle that does not produce that same pattern or same momentum? What happens when you don't have the rules in place? You just got lucky. You turned $1,000 into $20,000. You know how quickly you can lose $20,000 when you trade at the level that I'm trading at? 100 contracts? That can cost you $10,000, $20,000, $30,000. You can lose that overnight. You can lose that in a few minutes, to be honest with you. One of the best lessons that I can tell you is the market is very, very, very particular about what it wants, and it's your money. And I will tell you, one of the worst things you can do is over leverage and get caught in what I call a whipsaw. The market will look like it has the perfect consolidation and it's getting ready to break out, going up or going down. And out of nowhere, a huge buy order will come in and it'll whipsaw the market. The whole market goes wild. It'll have a huge elephant bar. I mean, I call it the mega elephant bar. All of a sudden the market will whipsaw the other direction, and here you are caught. You're down 50% of your account because you leveraged half of your account, and that thing just went against you so hard that it literally took you from $100 contracts to $50 contracts, and you had half your leverage, half your account in there. You're in trouble. You are in trouble. And you're going to hold on because you just know the market is going to reverse and go back the other way. You're going to hold on, and by the end of the day, those contracts are going to be at zero. So now you had a $20,000 account. You put $10,000 up, and now you've lost $10,000 in one trade. Don't make sense. Don't make sense. Don't risk more than 2 to 3% of your account. If you're very aggressive, 5%. That's still a lot to me, but 5%, but just stick to your rules, guys. Stick to your rules. And lastly, I'll say this. If you take the time to, again, find something outside of trading so that when your days are over, even if it's family, man, if it's just spending time with family, that's the ultimate goal anyway. But if you lose a trade or win a trade, cut your day off and go about your business and do something for your mental health. You're going to need it in this game. You're going to need your mental health to be on point because you're going to be stressed. I don't care who you are, because we say trading is emotionless and we have to have rules, which is great. But that day that you take that $1,500 loss, it's going to take a whole lot of mental stability to not get upset. But the key is, when you get upset, remember your rules, and did you do your stop loss? Did you do your risk management properly? If you did, you got to let it go. Live to fight another day. But if you didn't, hey, you better do some corrective action. You better write it down and make sure that tomorrow, I would even take a small trade and set a stop loss. You got to scale back when you lose too many trades, by the way. You got to scale down. If you're at 10 contracts, scale back down to 5. If you're at 5, scale back down to 1. Or if you're at 10, scale back down to 1. If you lose 3 trades in a row, scale back down small and get your consistency back before you start back trading. And with that, guys, I will let you have the rest of your trading day. And I hope you all stick to your game plan and believe, because I believe in you. You're one trade away. Make it a great day.